Okay, Palaniswamy. Okay, Paneer Selvam. Let's listen in.
தர்மம் தன் வாழ்வதனை சூது கவ்வும், மீண்டும் தர்மமே வெல்லும். தர்மம் வெல்வதற்கு இன்னும் கால அவகாசம் இருக்கிறது. உறுதியாக சொல்கிறேன், இறுதியில் தர்மமே வெல்லும். இது சரித்திரம். இன்று சட்டமன்ற கூட்டம் தொடங்கப்பட்டது. மாண்புமிகு சட்டப்பேரவை தலைவரிடம் நாங்கள் இரண்டு கோரிக்கையை வைத்தோம். 15 நாட்களாக அடைக்கப்பட்டிருந்த மாண்புமிகு உறுப்பினர்களை அவரவர்கள் தொகுதிக்கு அனுப்பி வையுங்கள். ஒரு வாரம் கழித்து மீண்டும் சட்டமன்றத்தை கூட்டுங்கள். ஆளுநர் அவர்கள் 15 நாள் அவகாசம் தந்திருக்கிறார். சட்டமன்ற உறுப்பினர்கள் வாக்காளர் பெருமக்களை சந்தித்துவிட்டு, அவர்களுக்கு வாக்களித்த வாக்காளர் பெருமக்களை சந்தித்துவிட்டு மீண்டும் வந்து இங்கு சட்டமன்றத்தில் அவர்கள் யாருக்கு விருப்பப்படுகிறார்களோ அவருக்கு வாக்களிக்கலாம் என்ற கருத்தை நாங்கள் சொன்னோம். ஒன்று. இரண்டாவது, பேலட் ரகசிய வாக்கெடுப்பு நடத்துங்கள் என்று சொன்னோம். ஆனால் எவ்வளவோ நாங்கள் எடுத்துச் சொல்லியும் வலியுறுத்திச் சொல்லியும் மாண்புமிகு சட்டப்பேரவை தலைவர் அதற்கு ஒத்துக்கொள்ளவே இல்லை. திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகத்தினுடைய சட்டமன்ற உறுப்பினர்களை பலவந்தமாக கிட்டத்தட்ட 11 மணிக்கு சபை ஆரம்பித்து 3 மணி வரை அவர்களை ஒவ்வொருவராக பலவந்தப்படுத்தி, காயப்படுத்தி, ஜனநாயக மரபுகளுக்கு விரோதமாக வெளியேற்றி இந்த தீர்மானத்தை இப்பொழுது நிறைவேற்றியிருக்கிறார்கள். நிறைவேற்றப்பட்ட அந்த தீர்மானம் செல்லுபடி ஆகுமா ஆகாதா என்ற தீர்ப்பு இன்றைக்கு மக்களிடத்திலே விடப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. இவர்களெல்லாம் அந்தந்த தொகுதிக்கு சென்று மக்களை சந்திக்கின்ற பொழுதுதான் மக்களுடைய எண்ணங்கள், மக்களுக்கு மிகப்பெரிய துரோகம் செய்துவிட்டு நீங்கள் எல்லாம் தொகுதிக்கு வரலாமா என்ற கேட்கின்ற நிலை உறுதியாக எழும். மாண்புமிகு இதயம் புரட்சி தலைவி அம்மா அவர்கள் யாரை தன் வீட்டிலிருந்து, எந்த குடும்பத்தை தன் வீட்டிலிருந்து ஒதுக்கி வைத்து யாரும் நான் உயிரோடு இருக்கும் வரை அனுமதிக்க மாட்டேன் என்று மாண்புமிகு அம்மா அவர்கள் சொல்லி, மாண்புமிகு அம்மா அவர்கள் உயிரோடு இருக்கும் வரை அவர்களை உள்ளே நுழைய விடவில்லை. இன்றைக்கு நடைபெற்றுக் கொண்டிருக்கிறது. சசிகலா அவர்களுடைய அணி, நாங்களெல்லாம் மாண்புமிகு அம்மா அவருடைய அணி. மாண்புமிகு அம்மாவுடைய அணி எதிர்காலத்தில் மக்களுடைய ஆதரவை பெற்று மகத்தான வெற்றி பெறும். அதுவரை தர்மம் நிலைத்து நிற்பதற்கு சிறு கால அவகாசம் ஏற்படும். ஆகவே மீண்டும் மாண்புமிகு அம்மாவுடைய ஆட்சி தமிழகத்திலே மலரும் என்பதை நான் பணிவோடு தெரிவித்துக் கொள்ள தேவைப்பட்டால் நாங்கள் சந்திப்போம்.
இதுக்கு முன்னதாக எதிர்கட்சி அமளியில் ஈடுபட்டா ஆளுங்கட்சியில் இருக்கக்கூடிய முதலமைச்சரோ இல்ல மற்றவர்களோ எழுந்து அதுக்கு ஆதரவா பேசுவாங்க. ஆனா இன்றைய சூழலில் இன்றைக்கு நடந்த விவகாரத்தில் ஆளுங்கட்சி தரக்கூடிய எவரும் எந்த எதிர்வினையும் ஆற்றல. இதை எப்படி பாக்குறீங்க? எதிர்கட்சி அமளியில் ஈடுபட்டு இப்ப முடிச்சது சட்டமன்றம் கூட வெளியே வருவாங்க. அவங்க கேளுங்க இந்த கேள்வி. ஏன்னா அவரால் பதிலே சொல்ல முடியாது. இங்கேயும் பதில் சொல்ல முடியாது. தொகுதி வாக்காளர் பெருமக்களுக்கும் பதிலே சொல்ல முடியாது. மீண்டும் மாண்புமிகு அம்மாவுடைய ஆட்சி தமிழகத்தில் உறுதியாக ஏற்படும்.
என்னுடைய OPS அவர்கள் அடிக்கடி சொல்வது போல தர்ம யுத்தம் இன்றையிலிருந்து தொடங்கிவிட்டது. தர்ம யுத்தத்தில் நிச்சயமாக அண்ணன் சொன்னதை போல அம்மா அணியான எங்களை வெற்றி பெறும். மீண்டும் தமிழகத்தில் அம்மாவுடைய புனிதமான ஆட்சி மாண்புமிகு OPS அவர்கள் தலைமையில் அமையும்.
இந்த அவை கூட வேண்டும். அந்த 5 நாட்களில் சுதந்திரமாக எம்எல்ஏக்கள் தங்கள் தொகுதிகளுக்கு செல்ல வேண்டும். அடுத்து நாம் கேட்டது சீக்ரெட் பேலட், மறைமுக வாக்கெடுப்பு மட்டும்தான் கேட்டோம். இதை வற்புறுத்தி கொண்டே இருந்தோம். பல விஷயங்களை சொன்னோம். நாங்க எம்எல்ஏ அண்ணன் நானும் அண்ணன்வர்களும் அனைவரும் பேசி சொல்றப்போ எந்த அளவுக்கு த்ரெட்ஸ், எந்த அளவுக்கு எங்களை நோக்கி தாக்குதல்கள் தொடுக்கப்பட்டன, ஆசிட் ஊத்துன்ற இடத்துல இருந்து அந்த மாதிரி வார்த்தைகள் எல்லாம் பரிமாறப்பட்டது. இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு சூழ்நிலையில எம்எல்ஏக்கள் இருக்கிற நேரத்தில் இது நடத்துறது முறையில்லை. இதைத்தான் நாங்க எடுத்து.
Mafoy Pandeyarajan, who is from the OPS camp, now speaking. He's one of the few, the handful of MLAs, the 11 MLAs who voted in favor of against the trust vote, here now speaking, saying that there were shameful scenes inside the Tamil Nadu assembly and that democracy was not allowed to function, and that there were violent scenes which have shamed all political parties inside the Tamil Nadu assembly, but that the O Pannirselvam camp will continue its protest because the Palaniswamy administration is nothing but a remote controlled administration of VK Sasikala, who's currently lodged in a jail in Bengaluru. He says that the protest will continue and that O Pannirselvam, backed by senior leaders such as himself, will go to the people, and it is the will of the people that will prevail in Tamil Nadu. It is not the will of a person sitting in jail, but the will of the people that will dictate what takes place next politically in Tamil Nadu. He also says that they assure the people of Tamil Nadu that they are not running away from the fight. This is only a minor setback and that they will return to take up the cudgels once again against Palaniswamy/Sasikala in this fight for Tamil Nadu. That's what Mafoy Pandeyarajan, the AIADMK leader and part of the rebel faction, the OPS faction, now speaking. Remember, he was one of the close persons to Sasikala, also the former state education chief minister. Now he's a little bit in the wilderness because the OPS camp has lost the trust vote. They've not managed to destabilize the Palaniswamy administration. Well, this is only one side of it. Remember, missing in action, thrown out of the Tamil Nadu assembly for that particular trust vote was MK Stalin as well. Pannirselvam saying that he's got a roadmap and he will be taking his message directly to the people as part of a statewide mobilization against Sasikala and her remote-controlled administration in Tamil Nadu, led by Chief Minister Palaniswamy, who's just won that trust vote with 122 MLAs, I beg your pardon, voting in favor of his administration. I want to quickly listen in once again to Mr. Pannirselvam. We've got those translations for you. That's the message from Camp Pannirselvam.
அந்தந்த
அமைதியா இருங்க. அமைதியா இருங்க.
தர்மம் தன் வாழ்வதனை சூது கவ்வும், மீண்டும் தர்மமே வெல்லும். தர்மம் வெல்லுவதற்கு இன்னும் கால அவகாசம் இருக்கிறது. உறுதியாக சொல்கிறேன், இறுதியில் தர்மமே வெல்லும். இது சரித்திரம். இந்த சட்டமன்ற கூட்டம்
What Mr. Paneerselvam has just said. Justice is something that he's been talking about for quite a few days now. Dharmam, that's the word that he's used. Justice will prevail in the state of Tamil Nadu. The interlopers in the form of Palaniswamy and VK Sasikala will be taught a lesson by the people of Tamil Nadu. He's indicating once again that he has plans to wrest power. How exactly he plans to do that is not really clear just now. But I want to quickly bring in Satyam Sundararajan once again. That's the basic message from Mr. Paneerselvam. You've got that on your screen right now here on India Today. Satyam, you were talking about the roadmap that O. Paneerselvam currently has. He's going to mobilize the people. He's going to visit, across the state and speak to the people directly. Tell us more about what he plans to do. He says that we will form the government. How is he planning to do this? Tell us specifically.
We have earmarked the Tamil Nadu state based on districts. So we have already in touch with the major factions of district bearers. To give you a small data, there are about 13,770 important office bearers spread across Tamil Nadu for AIDMK. Almost 70% of office bearers have already extended their support by visiting Anna in the last 8 days of time. First, initially, there is a larger amount of public support which is turning into our favor. Like I was giving you an example, 52 lakh missed calls we have received in the last 8 days supporting OPS and so where will the MLAs go? Whom would they depend upon to work? They have depend upon their next set of bureaucrats or people within the own party to muster support. But it is not there. So moment they go back to their constituency, they will realize that they have made a big mistake by not supporting the right cause. So this democratic fight will continue. So there is a segregation of districts. We have earmarked districts where Anna can go and interact with people. So this plan is going to be unveiled very soon. And from the IT side of it, we also have the third biggest weapon coming underway. Probably by today evening or by tomorrow, we'll directly interact with the public. We'll create a medium, online medium, where public can voice their opinion.
Are you going to have a Jallikattu-like protest, Satyam? So there has been talk that there may be a mass mobilization in cities like Chennai. Is that going to be something that the people of Chennai should expect? Because on India Today, we speak for the people. We don't support any party. We are the voice of Chennai. We speak for the citizens of Chennai. They want to know whether they're going to see their city disrupted by more political protests in the days ahead.
Whatever protest happens, it will happen in a more democratic way without hampering the peace of this particular location, be it Chennai or Tamil Nadu. And there is a larger section of students, there is a larger section of even working class people who are extending support, and they say they are willing to come on to the ground and extend their support. So there are initiations taken from those fronts which we weren't aware of. For example, there at 3 o'clock there is a student march at Raj Bhavan which didn't get showcased in the television because of MK Stalin's visit to the Raj Bhavan. There are students who are coming to the front and they are trying to organize rallies against this elevation of EPS and Sasikala getting into the power throne and trying to take the state for a ransom. So there are protests happening, but from our end as a political outfit trying to question the leadership of this party, we are doing it in a much more democratic way.
Okay, I'm going to come to Narayan Lakshman of the Hindu in just a moment. I want to quickly go back live to the ground where Padmaja Joshi is with me. I think she has Akshaya Nath also with her. Padmaja, just take us list for us. What we're expecting to see in the next 1 hour. I'm not saying the next few days because I know the next 1 hour itself is going to have a huge number of things happening. On the one hand, you've got the DMK MLAs on a dharna outside the Raj Bhavan. You've got Palaniswamy and co who are heading towards the Jaya Samadhi, and we'll have live pictures from there as well. What is the O. Paneerselvam camp planning to do next?
O. Paneerselvam camp is just going to sit together for now and decide what their next course of action is going to be. Yesterday, indications were that they are going to reach out to the people. They are going to go out to all the constituencies across Tamil Nadu and essentially give the message that these people did not listen to the sentiment of the people. It had been made clear that Amma would not have wanted the likes of TTV Dinakaran and Venkatesh inside the party. She would least of all have wanted them to be back in Poets Garden and also for Dinakaran to be made the Deputy General Secretary. That message they're going to take across and say that, look, these people are just stooges of Chinnamma. They had betrayed what Amma had wanted. That's what the OPS camp is going to do. As far as the DMK is concerned, not only have they gone across now to the Raj Bhavan, but we're also learning from our colleague Rohini Swami over there that they have announced protests across Chennai and RK Nagar. The shops have been shut. There were DMK men who had turned up over there, making people down shutters. They've been rounded up by the police, but they threatened that this is exactly what they're going to do across Chennai, across Tamil Nadu, that they will not let shops open and they will basically enforce a bandh or a protest of some kind to protest against what has happened inside, where they say that democratic rights were taken away. They were not allowed to behave like the opposition and vote as the opposition. Shiv.
Narayan, chaotic scenes have sort of calmed down for the moment, in Chennai. But, it has spread out a bit. The epicenter was the Tamil Nadu Assembly. Now we're going to see action at the, surprise, surprise, the Jaya Samadhi as well as the Raj Bhavan. So, this triangle of action is going to continue for the moment. All eyes will be on O. Paneerselvam, on what he plans to do next. The people of Chennai may expect to see, some kinds of street protests. We've heard the word Jallikattu and comparisons with that, doing the rounds a little bit. But, for the moment, Narayan, do you think there's going to be some political administrative stability? Because having reported from Chennai over the last few weeks, I know that everything is up in the air at the moment.
Absolutely, Shiv. You couldn't have summed it up better. It's been a state of complete chaos, not even for the last few weeks, but even months on end with the different kind of shocks that this city and the state have faced. And today's conduct has been quite starkly different depending on which party you're looking at. What you said about OPS and his group planning to go out to the people, meet them, and engage with them, even in a mass mobilization effort, that is perfectly within the confines of democracy. And I must say, OPS, his group has carried themselves out with, they carried out their conduct is, it's completely democratic. They should be proud of it. They stayed in the house and they voted as per procedure, as per constitutional duty. Now, this is in stark contrast to what the DMK people have done, apparently.
Yes.
With all this drama of the torn shirts and the ripped out mics and then rushing to Raj Bhavan, almost as if to say, look, I'm going to voice this case for constitutional machinery failing, and please let's take it forward to elections. I'm not saying that that's happened, but it certainly seems that is possible. The final thought that I think I would like to mention here is the actual Palanisamy side. Now that they have survived this, I think in the larger interest of the state, let us give them a chance. Not that I'm saying that the Sasikala clan or faction should have a chance. Let us not forget that EPS and all the others stand apart in certain important regards from them. They come from different districts of Tamil Nadu. They are different castes. They are different power networks within the party organizations. So we have, as the citizens and residents of this state,
yes,
it behooves us to give this brand new chief minister a chance to prove his credentials and certainly punish him by all means if he does not within 4 years, and maybe by then OPS would be a rising power to vote into power. But I think given the number of shocks we've had, it is in the benefit of the Tamil people to actually give Mr. Palanisamy a chance to perform and judge him on the basis of his actual record in policy and government.
Absolutely. We're going to have to see if that actually happens. The razor-thin majority that we're looking at that's been, obtained by the EPS camp, Narayan, is as precarious as they come. We've got live images now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Jaya Memorial in Chennai. I told you one of them is going to go there. EPS is now at the Jaya Memorial. We understand from our reporter Rohini on the ground there at the Jaya Memorial that Chief Minister Palaniswamy broke down at the memorial. All MLAs are apparently with him right now. It's a full VVIP event right now at the Jaya Samadhi. He's reached the memorial. We're getting more information now that, many of these MLAs will now start to go back to their constituencies. In a short while from now, we're going to tell you what Kamal Haasan, the superstar actor, has said. Take a look at what he said on our ticker. We're going to play that out for you in just a bit. The superstar has joined the conversation once again. We'll break for you what he said in just a moment from now. Live images coming to you from the Jaya Memorial in Chennai on the iconic Marina Beach. In that crowd, I think you can just about make out E. Palaniswamy himself with his MLAs paying obeisance to Jayalalitha. This has really been Narayan, the kind of leitmotif, the epicenter of where things have begun from. It began here with Mr. Paneerselvam sitting here on that meditation last Tuesday late in the night. And it appears that Sasikala came back here. Now Mr. Palaniswamy is coming back here. I can bet Paneerselvam is going to return here as well. This appears to be the go-to point in terms of in times of adversity, Narayan.
Absolutely, Shiv, you were saying may not be the great time for humor, but this is almost like it's a petrol station for pumping up on your goodwill stock. Just stop by and pump up and
well
keep
said,
going.
yes.
So wabsolutely, totally agree with you that that's where the action is right now. I guess it remains to be seen whether enough goodwill will accrue to Palaniswamy and to OPS going forward, and how that dynamic between the two of them plays out. Who knows? We may see a scenario where they even somehow manage to set apart differences and come together. Maybe not in the near future, but you can't rule that out either entirely. And I think, again, like you were correctly pointing out earlier, there is also, you can't assume that this is going to be a stable equilibrium, because with that narrow margin, and if there is a groundswell of support for OPS or another group, it is possible that the sheer sort of balancing power of 7 or 8 MLAs could completely knock down this house of cards and could plunge the state back into this state of uncertainty. And who knows, despite what we've seen today, we could still have an election on our hands in the weeks and months ahead.
Absolutely. This is, I'm going to remember that. In fact, I'm going to tweet it out, Narayan, and I'm going to quote you there. The Jaya Samadhi is like a petrol station where these AIA DMK netas are going to fill up on goodwill stock. I think that is a perfect example of why the Jaya Samadhi has become such a go-to place for these politicians. They've all done it. All the big actors in this drama have done it. E. Palaniswamy now. Before this, there was Sasikala. And then before that, starting this entire chain reaction of a pot boiler was Mr. Paneerselvam himself. I want to go back to Padmaja. I don't know if we have we do have a reporter on the ground at the Marina Beach. Okay, we've got Akshita Nandagopal on the phone line with us from the Jaya Samadhi. Akshita, take us through what you're seeing right now. We've got these visuals on air. Take us through them.
A massive crowd here that's gathered at the Jaya Memorial Shiv. Over the last few days, we've been seeing Edapadi Palaniswamy, we've seen Paneerselvam, all of them gathering here. And now Palaniswamy, after proving his mettle in the floor test, has turned up here at the Jaya Memorial. A very emotional chief minister coming here to pay his tributes to Amma. He's also flanked by MLAs who voted for him in the floor test. So all of them have come together in huge numbers here. They've in fact flanked the Amma Memorial from all sides, and very emotional scenes being witnessed, many of them breaking down as they pay floral tributes to Jayalalitha. Many pictures are also being shown, really, all of them putting up pictures of Jayalalitha paying their tributes to the Amma, even as slogans of Amma Varga echo really here at the Jaya Memorial. Many MLAs, ministers, whoever backed EPS has turned up here alongside him to show their solidarity, to once again pay tribute to Jayalalitha. Over the last few days, we've seen a lot of politics surrounding Amma's legacy, over really her thoughts over what she's spoken about and what she really believes in as far as governance is concerned. And Palaniswamy time and again has also said that he will carry forward Amma's legacy. In the absence of Sasikala and Natarajan Shiv, we're seeing all of them coming together in a big show of solidarity. First destination really after the Secretariat. They've turned up here directly. This is just about 1.5 kilometers from the Secretariat. A huge crowd has gathered here. All the MLAs all the ministers who voted for E. Palniswamy have turned up here, even as O. Palniselvam has made his way to the governor's house looking rather disappointed. He did not have his trademark smile on his face as he made his way out of the secretariat. Well, if you've seen the scenes here, Shiv, even as we're talking about very emotional MLAs, very emotional chief minister at the Jia Memorial, there are also a lot of smiles, a sense of victory here as they made it through, as they won that ever crucial floor test and proved their mettle. So it will be this camp that you see in front of you on your screen. It is this camp that will be ruling Tamil Nadu for the coming years, even as, of course, we witnessed a lot more dramatic developments taking place at Raj Bhavan. At the moment, it's victory for this camp, for these MLAs, for the Chief Minister Edapadi Palniswamy, who've come together here to once again share their victory, share this moment with their beloved Amma.
Oh, there's no doubt at all that the Palniswamy camp gets to celebrate for the moment. They enjoy a razor-thin majority in the House, but who stops them from celebrating just a little bit? Like Narayan was telling me earlier, will the people of Tamil Nadu give the Palniswamy administration a chance? Will it be allowed to take leadership and conduct administration in a peaceful political atmosphere for the foreseeable future, or are we going to see things only intensify into worse and worse chaos? I want to bring Rohini Swami in on this, Deputy Editor Rohini Swami, who's been breaking so many of the stories you've seen here on India Today. She's on the front lines of the story as well. Rohini, Palniswamy is celebrating right now. The body language is one of joy, of victory. But obviously, that's not the reality, is it? Things are very precarious right now, Rohini.
Absolutely. It's very difficult for E. Palniswamy, though he has managed to go through his entire floor test for now. The biggest test will be when these MLAs go back to the constituencies and the people talk to them. Because one thing that has been seen is this entire Kuvatur episode where they've been taken to the resort itself has not gone down very well with the voters. I just spoke to the DMK spokesperson Tiruchi Siva, and they have called out for a mass protest across the state of Tamil Nadu. So this is also going to be a tough situation for E. Palniswamy, because we are expecting that as the Chief Minister, not only does he need to keep the reins of his government in place, law and order is going to be definitely an issue. Just a while ago, we saw MK Stalin coming here, Kanimori coming here, but the protesters standing over here and saying that it was absolute injustice that was done. But at the same time, Shiv, what we've also been seeing is that, number one, the DMK being thrown out, the Congress also being thrown out, and with just the AIDMK MLAs that a voice vote being done, E. Palniswamy has managed to scrape through. But will he manage to scrape through when all elections? That will be interesting to see at this time.
These images right now, you can see that the Jaya Samadhi has been decorated especially for Palniswamy. I imagine that these flower decorations, that do take place every day, but these special decorations appear to have been, put in place just for the arrival of the victorious Chief Minister with his, 122 votes in that trust motion that's just taken place in the Tamil Nadu Assembly. For the moment, he is the Chief Minister. Okay, Dr. Subramanian Swamy of the BJP is speaking. Let's listen in live. Okay, Dr. Subramanian Swamy is with us live. He's with us on India Today Live. Dr. Swamy, your first reactions to what we've just seen in the in the Tamil Nadu Assembly, sir?
Yeah. Well, the DMK lived true to his character, which is violence. They have never accepted fair and square methods of fighting for anything. They have done it before. They have used the assembly to try and take the sari off Ms. Jayalalitha in 1990. And they have been reared in violence. They have sided with the LTTE. So what they did in the assembly today was no surprise to me. But what I am appreciative of is that the Palniswamy MLAs all sat quietly, not one moved from their seat. One of them got beaten up, even then he did not strike back. So I think the Palniswamy vote is well deserved, and I hope he can give us a stable government for another 4 years.
Dr. Swamy, given the very ugly scenes that we saw transpire inside the Tamil Nadu Assembly today, do you think a legal case can be made out, because you've got the speaker saying his shirt was torn and he wasn't allowed to conduct his business. You've got MK Stalin saying the speaker is lying, that he tore his own shirt off and that it was the DMK that was manhandled by the police. Could there be legal trouble over the proceedings, sir?
No, not at all, because there's enough evidence to show that all the violence was done by the DMK. And there was no, the accusation of Stalin's shirt being torn off is not by the MLAs of the ADMK, but by the security staff, according to them. And they were disrupting the procedure. And so the security staff is entitled to use rough stuff to push people out, which is what they did. So I don't think there is any case at all, and all this talk of secret ballot is rubbish. After the 11th schedule of the Constitution, which made the law of defection as constitutional, it has become mandatory to declare your vote. Then only you can know somebody who's voted against the whip and who has not voted for it. There's no secret ballot possible for any proceedings within the assembly.
Yeah, would the DMK, Dr. Swami, you've been an observer of Tamil Nadu politics for so long. Would the DMK have expected this to happen? Is this, in some way what they wanted to happen?
Well, first of all, I'm not an observer. I've been elected to Parliament from Madurai.
I meant now, yes.
1998. So, I mean, I've been a player also. But right now, naturally, the whole of India is my observation. The fact of the matter is that the DMK is a bad loser. It has always been a bad loser. And therefore, unless you use the might of the state, they will always create disruption and violence.
And sir, you've got the DMK now sitting outside the Raj Bhavan. They want to bring the governor back in on this. Is any case made out for the governor to get involved once again? The trust vote is over. Palaniswamy is the chief minister. He's won the confidence vote.
No.
Any case for the Vidyasagar Rao getting back in on this, sir?
No. He had ordered a floor test, and the speaker, who's in charge of the assembly, held this floor test. If there's any violation of the constitution, it's only the Supreme Court. And if they go to the Supreme Court, the DMK will get a real hiding from the Supreme Court, according to me.
Dr. Swami, one final question before I let you go. The O. Paneerselvam camp has now said that they plan to take their message to the people, that they plan a statewide mobilization across Tamil Nadu, which may or may not include a mass protest on the lines of the Jallikattu protest that was seen in Chennai and some other parts of Tamil Nadu. Do you see that happening, sir? He enjoyed a lot of public sentiment after that first visit to the Jaya Samadhi last week. Do you see that actually happening? What do you think?
No, he's got 4 years to do the campaigning. So he's in politics. I don't think poorly of him. I think he's a really decent fellow. But he has committed suicide because he listened to the advice of people who don't know anything about Tamil Nadu, and thinking that they represent a government in the center. He fell into that. He met the DMK leaders too, and that word got around, and that sealed his fate. And he cannot, after taking the help of the DMK, talk about Jayalalitha, because Jayalalitha was humiliated. Her sari was pulled while she was in the assembly and the DMK was in power.
Dr. Subramanian Swamy, please stay with India Today's coverage. We're going to come back to you. We've got more questions that we want to put to you as an expert on this, and also to our reporters on the ground. We'll be going across to Akshita Nandagopal right after this short break. She's at the Jaya Samadhi, where all the action is right now, with the victorious Palaniswamy and his 122 MLAs who voted in favor of him. The action is right here on India Today. Make no mistake, if you're not in Chennai, this is the place to be for all the action. Stay with us.
So this is what's unfolding in Tamil Nadu as we speak. On hunger strike is MK Stalin, working president of the DMK, at Marina Beach, where he is sitting with his supporters near the Gandhi statue. On the other side of the screen is the new chief minister of Tamil Nadu who swung the victory in his favor. It's EPS at Jaya Memorial. And as we've been talking about, it's the political pit stop for the AIA-DMK MLAs in a show of strength as well. You have EPS breaking down at Jaya Memorial as he wins the floor test. Let me go across right away to all our reporters who are getting us this continuous coverage as the floor test drama unfolded. OPS camp saying they will do their dharma and go to people. First, going across to Akshata, who's joining us from Jaya Memorial. Now, Akshata, take us through the scenes unfolding around you. As we were talking to the other political commentator who's mentioned, it seems to be the petrol pump for AIA-DMK MLAs who want to stock on their goodwill by visiting Jaya Memorial after the floor test win from the EPS camp.
That's right, Devina. We're currently live from the Jaya Memorial, and pardon us, there's a lot of chaos here, so we're going to be walking across as we try to get through to the Chief Minister. I reached out to him earlier, he refused to speak, however, but you can see behind me the kind of chaos there. Right in the middle is Chief Minister Edapadi Palaniswamy, directly from the Secretariat. He's made his way inside, he's made his way here to the Jaya Memorial. He is currently here. All of them are showing their respects now to Dr. MGR as well. This is the Anna Square of the Marina Beach, just a few meters away from the Jaya Memorial. You see Edapadi Palaniswamy here paying his tribute to the Purachi Talaivar, Dr. MGR, a floral tribute being paid here along with his MLAs. So all of them have come together here. They were at the Jaya Memorial earlier. They spent nearly 5-10 minutes there, and now they've come here, which is just a few meters away, to the MGR Memorial to pay their respects. The Chief Minister is now moving to, of course, the Anna Square. He's expected to address the media there as well. So, of course, you can see quite a bit of chaos also breaking out here as supporters have gathered to show their support for Palaniswamy as well. Violence breaking out as his guards are struggling to really keep things under control to ensure that these people do not get close to Palaniswamy. But look at the kind of crowds that have gathered here as well, Devina. So many supporters, all the MLAs who had voted for him in that floor test have also accompanied him. A total of 122 MLAs are present here, along with the supporters from Jaya Memorial. They've gone to, of course, here the MGR Memorial. They're making their way now towards the Anna Square, where the Chief Minister is expected to speak. But chaotic situation here at the Jaya Memorial, as a huge number of people have gathered. This is directly from the Secretariat. They made their way here to, of course, pay their tribute to Jai Lalita as well as Dr. MGR.
All right, a huge number of cadres from the AIA-DMK that we can witness right now at the Jaya Memorial as the EPS camp is now making its way to Anna Square, where he is expected to address the supporters. But is this the support of the public as well? Is that the reflection as well? Because what the OPS has said, we will take the fight to the people. We'll mobilize people of Tamil Nadu. Getting a new tweet from actor Kamal Haasan, who's already said, there you go, seems like we have another CM, Jed Dim more crazy. And he's also said, welcome your respective MLAs with the respect they deserve back home. That's Kamal Haasan's big jibe, and also reflecting the public sentiment against EPS. OPS has said that now it's a fight for the people and we will take it to the people. Keeping a close watch on Tamil Nadu taking